Hello, Mrs. Smith. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
How's the pregnancy going?
It's going well.
And how's your blood pressure?
It's good.
Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching you on pregnancy-induced hypertension. It's otherwise known as preeclampsia. And today we're going to be looking at the symptoms of preeclampsia and what can cause, what things we need to look out for. The goal is for you to have a healthy pregnancy and to have a healthy baby. So if you have any questions during this session, feel free to ask me, okay? So today we're going to be looking at what high blood pressure is. High blood pressure is, as you can see, is a condition in which the force of blood against the artery wall is too high. So the artery, when the force of the blood within the artery wall is high, then it's known as high blood pressure. And pregnancy-induced hypertension is when the blood pressure is high in pregnancy. So basically, preeclampsia is high blood pressure in pregnancy. There are certain factors that play a key role in the development of high blood pressure. And these factors include, as you can see on my laptop here, they include smoking, obesity, lack of exercise, stress, and advanced maternal age. So these are factors that play a key role in the development of high blood pressure. We're also looking at how do you know if your blood pressure is high. So what are the symptoms you will be looking out for? I'm sure that's something you would like to know. The symptoms include sudden weight gain, protein in your urine, headaches, swelling in hands and feet, and seeing spots before your eyes. So if you start to have headaches, particularly headaches that is not being relieved with Tylenol, or if you start to gain more weight than usual, or suddenly you have swelling in your hands, in your feet, sometimes you'll have swelling in your face, these are all symptoms that could demonstrate that the blood pressure is high. And how will you identify the dangers of high blood pressure? There are certain things that could happen if mom's blood pressure remains consistently high and is not under control. And the dangers include seizures, temporary kidney failure, liver problem, blood clot, or premature delivery. There are many cases where we've seen moms go into preterm labor when the blood pressure is high. Do you have any questions so far, or
no.
Are you understanding what I'm saying? If you have any questions, feel free to stop me, okay? So our goal, one of the other things you want to also look out for is your diet. You have to maintain a low sodium diet and a low fat diet, because you don't want to, if you eat a high sodium diet, it could also predispose you to having high blood pressure in pregnancy. So you want to make sure that you're watching your salt intake. Sodium is basically the salt that you add to food. When you're eating, you do not add salt at the table. You want to avoid things like soda, because soda has high sodium in it, or any other kind of diet, or any processed or canned food would usually have high sodium in it as well. So you can work on just try to cook your food at home. Try to avoid fast food, things like McDonald's, Burger King. I know they're easy and quick to get to, but you want to make sure that you avoid those. It's better to eat fresh vegetables, cooked from scratch. It's your own, cook your own food, and that way you can control the amount of sodium you have in it. You'll also find that drinking water is very important. So instead of drinking that kind of soda or that bottle of juice, try to focus more on drinking water, because it will really help you to maintain your blood pressure at a steady rate. So in a minute, I'm going to show you how to check your blood pressure. You're going to be going home with this blood pressure device, which is right here. Okay, it has an on button. So what you will do is you're going to turn it on right now. Okay, so we will just test. That was just a test run. Make sure that the battery is on 3 bars. If it goes down to 1 bar, then it's time to change the battery, and you want to just kind of open it up here and change the battery. The reason why I like this device is because you can actually use them by yourself at home. You don't need someone to wrap it around your arm. So you're going to put it in your left arm, which is good because it's closer to your heart. So you're going to pull this up. Watch what I do because I'm going to ask you to do it very shortly. And then you just wrap the Velcro around. Rest your arm up here. Sit back and relax. Make sure your legs are on cross, feet flat on the floor. There you go. And then you're going to hit the start button. But we're not going to hit that just yet because I want you to actually put a blood pressure cuff on your arm yourself. So we're going to take it off and you're going to just demonstrate what I just showed you. There you go. Make sure the artery line, this line right here, it has to be right here. There you go. And just wrap it around. And then what's the next thing you do? You press the start button. Let go just one time. And we're going to wait for the blood pressure to, we're going to wait for your results to come in. While you're taking your blood pressure, make sure you're quiet, in a quiet place. Try not to talk, okay? Okay, beautiful. So today your blood pressure looks very good. 102/78. That's really good. Okay. So go ahead and just slide it off. And then you just turn this off. You hit the power button again. And the machine turns off, and store in a place where it's clean and dry, and make sure that kids cannot get to it and mess up your data. Anytime you come into clinic, bring this machine with you because we can actually connect it to our computer and print out the data of what all your readings are. Okay. Also, I'm going to give you a little log that you will maintain at home. So every time you check your blood pressure, write on that log the date, the time, and what your blood pressure was, and always bring that data into clinic with you. Okay, I'm going to be sending you home with this little brochure that I designed specially for you. Okay, and if you see on the inside, it has all the different issues we talked about today. The only thing that's not here is it doesn't demonstrate how you can check your blood pressure, but again, it's hard to put that in the brochure, but I already showed that to you, so I think you should be okay on that. Okay, I have a couple more. So if, for example, your blood pressure was high, you have to call the advised nurse. Okay, if your blood pressure is high, and when I mean high, anything over 140 over 90 is high. Okay, so you want to make sure you're keeping it 140 over 90 or below. You're already on blood pressure medication, so that should keep it in control. But if for any reason it's higher than 140 over 90, make sure you give us a call the advised nurse. Also, if you start to see spots before your eyes, you'll have a headache you cannot take away, or that's not going away, or if you have any of these symptoms of high blood pressure, which include the sudden weight gain, the swelling in hands and feet, and all this inside this box right here, you want to make sure that you give us a call as well. Okay, so if you give us a call and we instructed you to come into the hospital, there are a few things you should expect to happen. When you come into the hospital, we're going to hook you up to the monitor to make sure that the baby is doing fine, and then also we'll check your blood pressure every 4 hours. We will also be checking your urine to make sure that there's no protein in your urine, because one of the symptoms of high pregnancy-induced high blood pressure, otherwise known as preeclampsia, would be protein in urine. Okay, we may also run certain blood tests just to make sure everything is okay with you. So if you come in and you see us connecting you to the monitor and we're hooking you up to all these devices, you don't need to be worried or you don't need to be scared. Those are just routine things that we will normally do to make sure that we're taking good care of you and the baby. Another additional thing I would like you to also know is that we may give you medication. If the blood pressure was very high, for example, while you're in hospital, we may give you additional IV medication called magnesium sulfate, just so you know. Hopefully we're not going to get that far, but we may give you IV medication called magnesium sulfate, and we always encourage you to rest. Okay, so if you're working outside of the home, and you do work outside of the home, correct? Yeah. So when you come home, make sure you get all the rest you can get. When you come home from work, do not go to the grocery store. From work, come home, get some rest. as you will have family members around you. If you have family members that can help you, have them help you. Have your family members help with the grocery shopping or the house cleaning. It's not time to do any major house chores. Okay, it's not time to put the crib together. Now it's not the time to paint the baby's room. You want to make sure that all that can be done after the baby is born, or if you have someone that can help you to do all that, it's okay to have someone help you to do all that. Okay, cool. Do you have any questions for me so far? Okay, so let's just go through this brochure that I'm going to give you real quick. Okay, so this has all the issues we've addressed here, and over here it says the increased blood pressure and the way the preeclampsia affects your whole body will affect the placenta of the baby. Okay, this is what can happen to the baby if we are not controlling your blood pressure, which is why it's important. And if the placenta is affected, this can slow your baby's growth, making babies small for dates. And that's why sometimes, you know, a mother may carry a pregnancy to maybe 39 weeks and the baby only weighs 4 pounds. One of the reasons for that would be because the blood pressure was high, and so the placenta is not able to feed enough nutrients to the baby, and that's why the baby will be small for gestational age. Sometimes it can cause an early separation of the placenta from the wall of the uterus of the other womb, and that's usually called placental abruption. And because this condition can make you really unwell, your baby might need to be born early because you are too unwell to carry on with the pregnancy. Early babies and small babies might need to be taken care of in the neonatal unit. So we're trying to avoid all that, but if that's what it comes to, our goal is to get you as healthy as possible. If we have to deliver the baby, we will deliver the baby early. And we have our NICUs are very well equipped, and they can take care of your baby for you. Do you have any questions at all for me? Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Okay. My phone number is I'm gonna write my phone number on the back of the brochure for you. So if you have any questions as your educator, feel free to give me a call. But if you have any symptoms of high blood pressure or any of these symptoms, it's very important you call the hospital. Okay, don't call my number because I'm only here Monday to Friday 9 to 5, but call the advice line, call the triage nurse, and they will be able to guide you and kind of help you out and let you know what you need to do. Okay? Do you have any questions for me at all? Okay, feel free to give me a call if you have any questions. Okay, you take care and have a good day.
Thank you. You
nice
too.
meeting you, Mrs. Smith. Goodbye. Thank you.